New footage shows Donald Trump looking incredibly depressed at his birthday parade in Washington, D.C. He's sad that nobody showed up. Take a look. He truly looks inconsolable. He's upset that nobody showed up to his birthday party. Nobody went to the parade. It was raining all day. And meanwhile, millions of Americans were out in the streets protesting against him. Donald Trump's birthday today ended up being one of the worst days for him of his presidency. And I enjoyed every moment.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you give up every right to talk about wasteful spending, military support, and caring about women when you celebrate a $45 million birthday parade for a draft-dodging rapist.
Have you seen the video of Donald Trump sitting there falling asleep angrily at his own crappy parade that nobody showed up to? Well, he faced some justice today, didn't he?
So Trump was expecting 1 million people to show up at his birthday parade. So where are they? Trump's 79th birthday parade in Washington was meant to be a show of force. His team hyped it up for weeks, with some supporters claiming 1 million people would fill the streets. But right now, cameras are telling a different story.
You guys, that's exactly the reason why you don't do military parade in a democratic country.
Guys, Donald Trump's birthday parade was a huge disaster. How can this happen? How can the President of the United States have a budget of up to $35 million and it still be a massive disaster? It makes no sense. Now, of course, the first look on it, people are saying, you know, they're laughing at the amount of people that showed up. But even so, even if only one person showed up, you look at the parade itself and how good it was. The quality of that parade was just so bad. There is no way anybody could pay $35 million, perhaps even more. Some sources say up to $45 million, and have a parade look that bad. Now, if you actually search up countries like North Korea and you look at a North Korean military parade, how is a North Korean military parade 10 times better than a military parade put on by the United States of America with a budget of upwards of $35 million? How is it looking worse? Trump also used this opportunity as a way for his birthday. So it was also a birthday parade for the President of the United States. Now, it was horrific. Now, Americans in general, their army in general, are known for being kind of some of the worst marchers in when it comes to parades. Nobody really knows why, but if you look at the British, if you look at the Germans, if you look at the Chinese, if you look at all the other countries, they are very good at marching, very good at putting on parades. If you look at the Queen's funeral of the United Kingdom and the marching that was going on there, and then you compare it to the marching at Donald Trump's birthday / military parade, there is a stark difference in quality. You then had the tanks, what they were showing, and you could hear the squeaks coming out of the tanks. Now, I know tanks, they are very noisy, but when you have a disappointing parade with not many people there and all you can hear is the squeaking from a tank, it's not good. It's not a good look. It's not a good look for Donald Trump. It's not a good look for America to say, hey, look, this is our military. This is the show we're going to put on for the president. It's not good for MAGA supporters in general who will view that and say, well, wait a minute, you know, what's going on here? Trump looked devastated. He really thought that this was going to be his crowning moment almost. I mean, there was a No King's March. I did a video yesterday about the No King's March, and more people turned out for the No King's March, a march that was against Donald Trump, against him trying to point to himself as this kingly figure. There was more people that showed up for that than they did for Donald Trump's birthday / military parade. the MAGA administration for weeks have been building this up, they have been hyping this up, and they have been saying that they believe maybe even 1 million US American citizens, MAGA supporters, will show up for this parade, for this event. And as we can see, that is not what happened. Not many people showed up. 35 million spent, thousands, yes, showed up, but very little compared to what they was expecting, what they wanted. And I think what Donald Trump needed to show up, I think there's been a lot of hate towards him. There's been a lot of this towards him. There's been the LA riots. I believe Trump wanted to use this moment as a way to show his absolute power and control over the United States. And what he got was the complete opposite. Whether you favor him, whether you dislike him, love or hate him, it doesn't matter. You have to see this as a complete disaster for Donald Trump and himself. You can see the videos. He was clearly not happy with the turnout. And I know for sure he would not be happy with the quality of the parade. It was not good enough for any military in the world. For you to show that sort of standards is not a good look for anybody at all. Now, Americans, they can put on good parades if they want to. They can put on good military parades if they have some good ones in the past. This was not one of them. This was... the army personnel looked like cadets. They looked like it was their first day of military training. It looked like it was their first time marching as a unit. It just looked terrible. I mean, it looked like somebody took that $35 million, paid $500,000 of it for the parade and kept the rest of the money for themselves. I mean, that's what it looked like. It did not look like a $35 million parade. It did not look like a military grade parade. And it certainly did not look like a military parade put together for and by the President of the United States of America. It did not look like that. It didn't tick any of the boxes. It looked terrible. If you look at China, when the Chinese leader puts on a parade, it is massive. And it is synchronized. Everything is there. And whether you love or hate China, the parades, they always put on a massive, massive military parade. Donald Trump, I think, was expecting something similar. He didn't get it. And he looked devastated. And of course, the Democrats, the left, the politics of the left-hand side are eating it up. They're laughing. They're calling it the disaster. They're calling it something he deserved. So, guys, what do you think? The parade, even if you support whichever side, you have to admit that parade was not good. It really wasn't good. But let me know what you think in the comments. What happened? Was there mixed communication? Was it just something rushed, put together? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This has been Reaction Call. I'll see you next time. Peace.